what do you continue to see from this group on a nightly basis?
Yeah, I thought we did a really good job in the second half, defensively especially. Thought we really tightened the screws. It wasn't our worst defensive half from a numbers standpoint, but I just thought our engagement could have been sharper, and even to start the third, it wasn't great. And then that group, about a couple minutes into the third and through the rest of the third, and then the group that started the fourth, that really changed the game. And it was really 1 through 11 or 12 guys there.
And, Shai obviously had a loud night, but 2 plays inside the final 2 minutes, he comes up with loose defensive rebounds. Just your thoughts on kind of all the other ways that he impacts the game that maybe aren't quite as loud?
Yeah, we scrapped on the glass in the second half. I thought he was great. Robin Snurl did a great job on Capella. Even on plays, he didn't come up with the ball. Lou rebounded, Josh, Jalen. So we did it with 5 on that, and it was huge because we were getting them to miss. And in the first half, they only had 6, I think, at halftime, but they were getting second chance points on that. They were extending possessions for them.
Harris Olsen, OKC.com. Ooze came off the bench and provided 15 points for you guys. Well, what did you see from him and kind of the lift that he brought to the group?
Yeah, I thought he was really good in the first half, and the second half. Like I said, that group. I think it was him, Poku, Isaiah, Shai, Aaron Wiggins, and then Muskie subbed in. Those guys really changed the game. We were down and had a hard time stabilizing the game, and they got the thing back into striking distance, and then that next group that came in to start the fourth really did a good job.
Mark, you guys were 15 of 15 from the foul line there in the fourth quarter. Just obviously talk about how big that is in a close game.
Yeah, they kept scoring, and they were kind of bombing shots in. Some of the scores were, we did a good job, and they just made a shot. And so, when that's happening, you've got to protect the ball, and you've got to make free throws. I thought that was an area where we could have improved in the Minnesota game down the stretch. Was just kind of our poise in that situation, and I thought we were better at it tonight.
And Shai by himself was 15 of 15 from the foul line in the second half after not attempting a free throw in the first half. Is on a night where he is maybe not as efficient as usual, does that just kind of show his growth, just how he's able to manufacture those points at the line?
Yeah, I think that's the sign of a good player, is there's kind of a reliable source of offense, and I think it's a sign of a good team. And I would extend that out to our team. We've found ways to get easy baskets in transition and offensive glass with our cutting, and we're just kind of starting to accumulate some of those easy plays that changes your offense. And I think that's a trait of a good offense and a good player. He's obviously a really good player.
And to Nick's first question, and talking about the group that played there to start the fourth, did it kind of remind you of 2 nights ago? I mean, the game followed a similar script.
Yeah, I think I give him credit tonight because I subbed some of them early, and then in the third, and then Trey, I didn't play in the third, and they did a really good job of just kind of turning the page, getting back their feet back on the ground, and getting very present. And they opened up a 7 or 9 point lead for us midway through the fourth, and that's important. We got to be good in all 48, and that group is excellent.
Coach, these games by Shai are becoming rather routine. Is that the trademark of a player taking the next step from being very good to potentially being great?
Yeah, I mean, he's a great young player. He's made the steps continuously. This isn't just this year. He's improved every year he's been in the league. It's a testament to his humility. He looks in the mirror on how he has to improve, and then he works at it. But it's also a testament to the team. It's not just him. We've got a whole roster that we're excited about, that he enhances and that enhance him. And we think we're building something where the whole is better than the sum of the parts. He's obviously a huge part of that, but it's not limited to him either.
Are you starting to feel more and more comfortable with your bench? As you said, 1 through 11 tonight had a factor in this game.
I always have been comfortable. We believe in these guys. It's not going to be perfect every night, but they did a great job tonight, being ready. And even the guys, Isaiah Joe, I give him credit. He hasn't played in a couple games. Wiggins hasn't played in a couple games, and we don't win the game without those guys in the third quarter. Like I said, that group is really that changed the game when that group went in there and kind of got the game back under control.
Yeah, I think we started well, which is something we addressed, in previous games. So that was, a box we ticked off. But, maintaining that for 48 minutes is something we've talked about. And, didn't do that tonight. But good thing about our team is, we don't give in. We played through it. When things get tough, we come together. We're good at weathering storms, which we've, had to go through the last, 12, 18 months. So gotten better in those situations, and I think down the stretch we handled the game really well on both ends of the floor and, closed out a big road win.
What do you think of this guy today?
Great. I mean, the minutes he gives us, night in, night out are big, both ends of the floor. He does it all for us, shoots the ball, been shooting it great from outside, gets out in transition, finishes above the rim. So when he's playing like that, playing confident, us as a team are better.
What switched for you guys, especially that group, to start the fourth quarter versus, where the game was kind of before that?
Yeah, I mean, they went on a little run, in that third, and I think, we made some changes in that group to finish the third, really took care of, the game. And I think the guys that started the fourth quarter, kept that momentum going. Waited for a few guys to come back in, but we had a good lead once we got, most of our starters back in the game and put us in good stead going forward. And then down the stretch, as I said to Geller, we handled the game really well. We made free throws, which was big. We took care of defensive assignments. We gave up a few looks that, we probably could have, would have loved to have back. But, down the stretch, we were great. So if we can keep closing games out that way, it's going to allow us to win some more tight ones.
You guys have been in a lot of close games just over time, really, and you've gotten a lot of those experiences. How much of those experiences kind of helped you, especially in this sort of game where it's close down the stretch and they're just kind of like juicing the clock for all of it?
Yeah, it helps a lot. I mean, I feel like I said it all of last year, this year. The more of these situations that we're in, the better we're going to get. And I think it's showing now. We're starting to, close out games better than what we did previously. And I think, the more of them that we're in, the better we're going to get. We watch the film. And guys, the good thing about our guys is we don't panic down the stretch. Guys take care of the ball. Guys ready to step up to the moment. And, we missed one free throw all game, but I'd say 10 of them were down the stretch. We made a lot of them. So, a lot of guys made a lot of big plays tonight. And it was, a total team effort.
Josh hit that deep three to beat the shot clock there in the fourth quarter. Ended up being a big shot in the game. Like, how did that feel?
Felt good. I mean, I missed one earlier in the game from kind of the same spot, so felt good. I saw the clock winding down, so just had to get it up. But yeah, I mean, it did help us, a bit of momentum going forward. But yeah, it was good. Felt good.
And then starting this, really long road trip with 2 wins against pretty good teams. How are you guys feeling?
Great. It's a great start. Obviously, Minnesota, Atlanta, 2 tough teams. Two of the better teams in the league. 2 tough places to play in. And I think both tight games, but closed them out great. Stuck with it for 48. So great start to the road trip, and hopefully we continue this. We've got another tough game on Wednesday, Thursday, whenever it is, against Memphis. So got to come ready. With a clean slate. Got to put these games in the past now and move on to Memphis.
Once again, the bench pulled through tonight. It seems like game by game, they're just getting a little bit better every game.
They've been great. I mean, guys are always ready. That's the good thing about our group. Some guys are not sure when they're playing, how much they're going to play, but as soon as their number's called, they come in, make an impact. So it's great to have, 10 to 12, 13, 14 guys we can go to any night that can have an impact. And you saw it tonight. I don't know how many guys played. You see 10 guys or 11 guys play, and they all make an impact. So luxury to have. We've got a deep squad, and when we're all contributing like that, we can get wins.
Josh, J-Rob only took 2 threes all game, but when the score was tied at 96, you found him for 1, and he buried it. What is it about maybe the way that you all play that a guy can feel in rhythm that deep into the game after not having taken a shot?
Yeah, as I said, guys stay ready. J-Rob hadn't seen a lot of the ball on the offensive end. Down the stretch made huge play for us. So, we trust each other. That's one of the fun things about this group is, no one will look anybody off. We all trust each other to make big plays, and we've got many guys that can do things down the stretch. So, I found J-Rob open. He knocked down a massive shot for us. It gave us momentum going forward. But, yeah, guys are ready. Guys are ready to make big plays, and, he did that down the stretch tonight.
That's an Atlanta team that doesn't turn the ball over very much. You all forced 18 turnovers tonight. How do you think your length and size as a team impacted them?
Yeah, we really tall, so, and that's why we talk about, like, we got to use our length to like steal some ball and provoke some turnover on the other end. So yeah, that's what we have to use.
And just tell me about kind of the start that you got off to, and how you were able to get into such a good rhythm early in this game.
I thought we started the game well. compared to the first game of the season. That's what we talk about with the coach. And I thought we started well, but we got to keep doing that for like 48 minutes. So they got to run, and we just stay ready and didn't panic. And yeah, we just came back and played good.
You had some minutes during that stretch where you guys were able to turn the game at the start of the fourth quarter into the third. Just what was the mentality of that group coming into the game?
Just get some stops on defense and like play fast on offense and share the ball, and that's what we did. So, yeah.
Playing with the blue, what did that do for you as far as like, you know, getting in a comfort level and resetting a little bit before you came back with the Thunder?
I think that gave me confidence and more minutes, more reps, and I think it's good for me to like translate what I do with the blue to the Thunder. So yeah, that helped me a lot.
And you were 3 or 4 from 3 tonight. How are you feeling with just the continued development of your three-point shot?
I'm still working on my shot with Chip, but I'm always confident. So if I'm open, I'm gonna take the shot, and that's it.
Where you all trailed at halftime. Just your thoughts on the composure of the group?
Yeah, it was an up and down game for us for sure. When it really mattered, it was a good gut check tonight. Kind of midway through the third, to end the third, we were good, and then to start the fourth, we were really good again. That kind of won us a game.
I want to ask about, you had 2 loose ball rebounds inside the final 2 minutes, I think, that were pretty massive. Just your thoughts on kind of, in addition to everything else you're doing for the team, you know, the hustle plays that matter too.
Yeah, just try to make winning plays. Obviously, things like that, the hustle plays don't always show up on the stat sheet. But at the end of the night, I'm trying to win every game. I know the rest of the guys that are playing with me are too, so we try to do those little things.
Shai, all 5 starters in double figures, and obviously who's off the bench for you guys too. It seems to be just a pretty common theme, this balanced scoring. Just what is it about this group that's such a commonality for you guys?
Yeah, I think we're just getting better individually and together. We're learning how to play with each other, play off of each other, and play together. And we expected that to happen, especially as the season kept going. Chemistry builds. We got a great group of guys that want to get better and together. So it's showing up in the stat sheet. Good.
You went 15 of 15 from the free throw line. I know some of those came late, but after not taking a free throw, or after not getting to the line in the first half, really kind of not force the issue, but put a lot of pressure on them in the second half. Like, how big was that, just to like get you going a little bit?
Yeah, free points. Try to be aggressive. I try not to seek them too much. Just play aggressive basketball. And then when the opportunity presents itself, I like to get there. But yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get there in the first half, and I knew that going into halftime. And I was going to try to get there in the second half for sure.
What did you think of Josh's logo 3?
Oh yeah, I knew it was going in. He got to practice one a little bit earlier in the third. That one didn't go too well. But once he got his practice one in, I knew the next one was going in.